called? Howdy, howdy. I can't tell. I can't tell if it's gone live or not. I've been streaming on all sorts of different things lately. The phone, the OBS, the computer, that kind of thing. I think I'm live. Yep, there we go. All right, so I double checked I am live. I've scanned in some of the drawings I've done over the last couple of days. Hi, Oddfud. And I am going to do some colorizing of them. Or coloring, not colorizing. This was the wrong scan. You guys see this? I scanned the wrong side. We'll close that. Nope, but I do have the correct one. I don't know if you can see my files. Huh. Oh, I have to refresh. Where is it? I'll use the scan app. Oh, my scanner crashed. All right, I have to scan in something one more time, but then we'll get right to it. This is, so I have the left side of the screen, the left side of the image we drew yesterday, and I have the right side of the image we drew yesterday. But because of the way my scanner works, it's not big enough to scan the whole thing. So even if we take this right side and we put it, we'll make the left side bigger. We'll expand the canvas. Can you see this, the canvas thing? No. We'll expand the canvas to double the width. We'll do a little bit more than double the width so we don't mess it up. So that would be 12,000 pixels, which is a lot, but that's fine. We'll unlock the background. We'll move this side all the way over to the left because that's the left side. And then I've already copied the right side and I'll paste it in here. We'll move that side to the right, but you see it doesn't actually line up. So we have to get the one in between, which I thought I scanned, but it didn't seem to work. It just didn't save the file. It crashed before it saved, which is strange. But all right, yeah, we're gonna get some coloring. I got my graphics tablet. I'm wearing my green shirt for the C. And this is a kid's book or a picture book my wife and I made or wrote and illustrated years ago. Um, and since then, oh, my scanner's up, so it didn't show me. Hello. Let me see. Hi, Riley. How are you? Yeah, so we wrote this years ago when I was first starting illustrating and she was first started writing. Now she's written a few novels, unpublished, but we're working on it. And I've illustrated every day basically since then. So we are going to try to re-illustrate this kid's book. I've wanted to do that the whole time, but the book itself was lost. And I just recently found the book because we're moving. And so yesterday I illustrated this scene you see on the screen here. We're about to make it whole with this last scan. And the day before I actually illustrated, I can show you, I illustrated, oh, not that. Oh gosh. I illustrated a guy named Blub Blub. Here he is. I'm sure you'll see that. Yep. And so we're going to do some coloring of those guys today. I think we'll start with the background, the scene. I think that'll be more fun. But they'll both be good. Where's the... Okay, we have the screen now. I can bring that into Photoshop. Okay, here it is. We will get it. Oh, hi, Yata Pinata. Here we go. We'll paste this in. We'll flip it upside down, or right side up, I guess. And now we'll get it to line up. We can change the transparency. Oh, thanks, Riley. Yeah, I'm so happy because I have wanted to re-illustrate this. I've gotten much better at illustrating, like you do when you practice all the time. And so I've been very excited to have the chance to re-illustrate this book, and I was very sad. I've looked all over for it. It was in the weirdest place. Okay, I think usually it's harder to line these things up, but I think we did it. I think the scan came in really, really clutch, and it's just going to be lined right up. We'll change the transparency back all the way up. Oh, thanks so much, Riley. Yeah, thank you. If anyone's here likes it, please like. It helps a lot. Um, what's this? And sub for more, yeah. I am looking. Okay, we're going to erase this left side. We're going to give the brush a very feathered edge so it doesn't have a hard line. And we'll just erase this to see how it looks. Okay, that looks good. Now we'll do the same to the other side. Okay, there's something weird going on there. So, oh, you know what? It's not right. So we're gonna, there we go. We're gonna erase the left side, which was right. Line that right up. Uh, Not at the moment, but if you keep coming back, I'm sure we'll be able to mod you. I'm relatively new to streaming. I've been doing it for a couple of months, but I don't think I've modded anybody at all yet. I mean, except for people who are automatically modded because they are managers on the channel. I don't think I've modded anybody. Ah, okay. Yep, there. Now it's totally lined up. Perfect. We will change the capacity all the way back. I mean the opacity, not capacity. It has infinite capacity. All right, I think this is looking pretty good. We'll do some cleanup and then we'll get some coloring. Let's crop this in so we don't have all this, what's it called on the outside? Dead space, transparency, all the jazz. All right. Yep, doing some coloring. Okay. So now we're going to actually do one last step before we start doing some cleanup and coloring. We're going to add a paper background. So I've already scanned in regular paper. Where is it? Large paper scan. Ah, here it is. I've already scanned in. This is just a scan of a piece of paper that I scanned in a while ago. And I use this, I put it behind the image like this. Oh my gosh. Nope, I'm on crop for some reason. All right, I put it behind the image here, like that. And then that will allow us to have just a blank paper behind. So if we erase something, it doesn't erase to like just transparency, to just like black background or lost whatever background. It erases to paper, which is what we want. So I take these 3 pieces of paper I just put, I'll combine them, and then I'll drop them behind everything. I will also combine the 3 guys I made before, so here we are. Oh, awesome. I need my little drawing glove, half glove, whatever this is called. Artist's slidey hand. All right. So I'm just going to do a little cleanup here. It doesn't have to be much because we can always do that later. Color is going to be on a separate layer anyway, but just a little bit to get started. Ooh, it's struggling today. Okay, it seems to be back. I got so much RAM to try to make Photoshop work better, and like it does work better. It's definitely true. Yeah, so XP for the chat, it's new. You could choose to keep it or turn it off. It was on by default and we kept it, and it just like if you chat a lot, and I think it's depends. I think like I don't know. It seems like sometimes it's stream to stream and sometimes it's just on the whole channel, because sometimes people have been chatting for a while and then like somebody who's been to a lot of other streams comes in and they automatically have the number 1. And then sometimes like that doesn't happen. I don't know. YouTube says it doesn't happen that way, but then it definitely does. So I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional or what. But yeah, it's just chatting. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. We have the point of this scene, I don't have the page in front of me, but the page basically says like, Blub Blub, who's this guy. Come on, this is Blub Blub. I've already done the cleanup on him and got him all worked together. So maybe we'll actually start coloring him in a second. But this page, it says Blub Blub's family is very good at hiding, just like most octopus families. And then this is the page that you'll be introduced to Blub Blub's family. You'll see the first like underwater scene, pardon me. And so I wanted them to be hiding. So you have like one here, you have one hanging out here. There's one popping out over here. Well, that's a little bit messy, but you see them. And one or two over here. I think just these guys are the least integrated into the environment. They're just kind of sticking their heads out. But I think there'll be like seagrass in front of them. So it'll be okay. Yeah, and so I did this yesterday on stream. I like it a lot. I think there'll probably be more like stuff all the way in the background, but that's a layer we can do. That's a layer we can do another time. So yeah, Riley, I go in between. Sometimes I draw, or I almost always draw my first draft and my first run on the paper on the desk, on regular paper. And then I scan it in and I'll do my coloring on the computer. Uh, yeah, and the cleanup and stuff like that. And I get it ready for printing on the computer. So yeah, it's on the computer, but like sort of. Okay, I think I'm torn, but let's do just a layer of like sea green, greeny, seeny, greeny, and then see how that goes. Whoops. Nope. There we go. Okay, yeah, I see, I see. We'll do that. We'll say multiply and we'll drop it down. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I am not the author. Mostly that's my wife. She writes all the time. Um, she's, like I said, she's written three, I think, or maybe four novels that she's just starting to look into getting published. They are young adult novels, which is her favorite genre, and yeah, she's the writer. I'm the know-it-all. We went to high school together, and we were in a creative writing course together. It was something we were both interested in. So right now I'm just adding like some sand to the bottom half of this page. I'm just trying to like kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. And so I did a lot of poetry. That was my preferred genre. Yeah, so I did help like making it sound more lyrical. I also did a lot of songwriting. So I did help. She wrote the story, and I would have never been able to have done that, to do that. You want to say hi? Yeah, she's right here actually. And then I made the story more lyrical. This is my wife, Fatima. Say hi to Riley.
Hi, Riley.
All right. Okay, so now we can just add color, I guess, right on top of this. Yeah, what we can do is anything we want to add color to, we can just kind of come in and give a little erase. So let's do that real quick. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color right onto this. I think I want these things to be pink. I'm going to come in here with some pink. Yeah, I'm torn. I'm torn on how I want to proceed with this logistically. Oh, my dang window preview so I can see what you guys see is gone. Frustrating. Here we go, open scene projector window. Move it over here. There we go. I can see you again, or I can see me again. And always on top. It's funny, sometimes like you'll click off of something and then you'll end up someplace else by accident, and like OBS, which is what I use to stream, will be like weird about it. I don't know why. All right, let's do some pink. Whoa, too pink. Let's do some pink color and actually just get coloring and stop worrying about like what's going to be background and all that. We can do that later. That's not super important. It's much better to actually get started. So I do want this to be pink. These like flowery things. So we're just going to come in and start doing that. Oh yeah, take your time. Thanks, Riley. All right. Okay, we'll see you soon. Okay, yeah, this is already looking good. I like it. We can come in and the way I'm doing it here is I'm not gonna erase this little guy. Oh, too strong of an eraser. I'm gonna erase this line. That should be covered up. That's fine, just there we go. Come back to the color. So the way I'm doing the color here is I'm not using 100% opacity for the brush. So it's coming in, it's doing about 20%. Its max right now is 30%. If I push really hard all the way, I am being very gentle so as not to do that. And what that means practically is that this is only one layer. Like this isn't the final color. I can come in and do another layer and it will make it darker, more saturated. So I'll do that here. So I think we decided yesterday that the light for this image is going to be coming like, I'm going to make a new page. It's going to be coming like that. Like, yeah, more or less like this direction. So like not, usually I have my light coming from like this direction. But I thought in the sea, if you're getting light, it's probably coming pretty directly. So I decided to do that and have it be more straight up and down. Oop, I'm on yellow. So I figure the light will make, let's have it make this top side a little bit more vibrant, a little bit brighter. So we can do that by just coming and overlaying another layer of color right on top. And like, I just realized we could even do this and just have it be, have everything be a little bit green. We can do that later. Because that's what you're looking at it through the sea. So I'll just have that kind of extra saturated on the top and slightly on the left. Give everything a little bit of depth. Just kind of, I think it's going to do better as shadow. I was hoping it would do better as highlight, but it's not. What we'll do later is we'll come in with a really bright light pink. Hey, yeah, Nasir, welcome, welcome. Today we're coloring the seascape we did yesterday. I'm I'm doing these guys. This is a seascape from yesterday, and I'm doing these guys. I decided to do them pink. I forgot what they actually were when I did my sketches. I didn't actually take down any color notes, but yeah, I think it'll be good. I have that. I'm just giving these guys a once over to try to get them all pink and see what they look like, and then I'll come in and add some more detail. I did add a little bit of detail in the top left there. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing on PC. This is Photoshop. It's the Photoshop that works on my computer. Oop. I've been using Photoshop since I was a kid. I get it through work. I'm very lucky. Yeah, I work in printing as a graphic designer. Less as a graphic designer lately. I'm looking to move jobs. But I got the job just because I learned Photoshop when I was young. Sometimes I hold my breath. I was just doing that. I hold my breath when I'm painting. And like I don't know why. Yeah, so I like Photoshop, but I think there's a lot of really good coloring apps out there. I've been thinking about streaming using I have Corel Paint, which deals with a lot of like watercolor simulations and paper simulations and layering, which Photoshop does, but it's not as um, robust and built in. But in Photoshop, I'm very familiar with it, so I have a lot of like a learning curve. And then I have like built all my own brushes and uh, and like setups and stuff like that. So I'd have to redo all that again, which I think is worth it um, for some of the detail you can get out of it. It looks much more organic. It imitates real life. I wasn't streaming every day. I was streaming once or twice a week, but uh, we're having a kind of crazy move. We thought we were moving into one place and then that got pulled out from under us and like we have to decide to move someplace else and it's like it was making me feel really crazy and so I decided to stream just to make myself feel better to kind of like get my mind off of it and do something productive. Welcome back, Riley. And so I started streaming uh, my cartoon. I draw cartoons from memory, and I have a really bad mind's eye. I have no mind's eye, so the cartoons I draw like can get really funny looking, and it's hard for me to draw them. And so I was streaming that, and then I found this kids book that we had done years ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to stream illustrating that." And then I've just been doing it every day because it's been it's been helpful for me. So selfishly, I've been streaming every day, yeah. And I do plan on streaming most days for the foreseeable future. I think I think that's the meta for my life right now. So I'm doing these like stems with a light pink. I don't think I want them to be actually pink, but I want them to like visually be connected to these flowers. I think the best way to do that, even though they're physically connected, I think the best way to do that is kind of get a little bit of pink in there in the stems, and you'll see like that they are the same. And then we'll do a little yellow, maybe a little like darker orange, um, and then we'll just do it lightly. And then yeah, that'll sort of make it clear that it's not actually pink and that it's its own thing, but also that they are the same thing, stem. Yeah, take your time, Riley. You're always welcome to come back. All right, looking good. Oh, oh no, this is the sun. This is just my light direction. I thought I really messed up. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? It's not a big problem, but I wanted to adjust the levels. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a lot of practice and a lot of showing people my work online and getting feedback, but then also like getting encouragement, which has really helped me to continue. So, like, I really like doing art and I've always liked doing art, but it's been really great to do it online and share that with other people. I'm gonna do these guys, these like pancake things. I think I'm just gonna do them in like a brown. I think that's kind of the color they are. And I know like I want this to look like pretty, but I usually err on the side of realistic and then move towards pretty if it doesn't look good. So let's try that. Day's good. Uh, yeah, we do trivia on Monday nights. It's Monday here. Uh, so it's Monday. It's Monday most places, I think. At least half the places. Um, and so we're going to trivia in a little while. I was trying to do some other stuff, like not errands, but like some of my responsibilities earlier today, and I couldn't really get that done, so that's okay. How about you? Hey, 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 flip a clip. I think Fabian, right? Fabs? No, this is Photoshop. I am on the computer though, so maybe I will Google flip a clip and get that installed before I get off, because I have not been on the computer very much. All right. Yeah, I think that looks pretty okay. Let's get the lines more front and center. I think I'm torn. Let's erase these holes, like the pencils for the holes, or at least lighten them way up. And then instead just add color, add the holes with the color. And that way, I think it'll look, we'll still have the outlines, and that'll like really separate them and make them look, yeah, make them look like a thing. But then we can also have, I guess we'll do black. Let's do dark green. Um, I'll just kind of go we'll double do it and make it dark enough. Just kind of come in here like that. Dark green because it's under the sea. Oh, thank you so much, Nasir. I love my beard. I always thought beard was good. I tried to grow one ever since I was as young as possible. And then when I got married, I was living in Pennsylvania among the Amish, and all the married men had big beards. All the married Amish men had big beards. And I just sort of stopped cutting my beard. I just let it grow since then. No, nope, not Flip a Clip. This is Photoshop, but I will download Flip a Clip before the end of the stream. I will get that installed and I will mess around with it probably tomorrow. But this way I will not forget. I am on the computer, so we can get that done. I'm interested to give it a try. I was thinking about it yesterday. I really wonder how. I'm really curious because, like I said, I think it was on the stream yesterday. I basically use like very unsophisticated animating tools. Yeah, I use, because I do animate some small stuff. Can I show you? Um, oh, thank you so much, the goblin. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to go for, we also have this, which might be laid over. Yeah, I think so. We're working on it. I think these guys, I want to make like a bluey green. Oh, you got welcomed back, Godfoot. So let's make a new layer and get those guys some bluey green. I don't, maybe purpley. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe teal. Yeah, let's do. Let's see if I have one already made, already mixed. No, but we'll pull cyan and we'll mix it. Yeah, let's try that. I think that's a good color. Um, I think it'll really sing, and then we can add low lights and highlights. That's okay, Riley. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you on the next stream. I think I'll be done by that time, but thank you so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have people. Oh, that's great, Goblin. Uh, I draw like a comic strip, very, very formatted very crazily, but I do one every day. Um, but I don't publish it. It's just for me and my wife. But we are starting to publish them. I've been doing one every day for like 3 years, so we have so many. They're two little elephant stuffies that go on crazy adventures. What is yours? Oh, hey, Just Money. What is yours? Just Money. I don't know. You might be the first person who asked that, and I don't remember. I think this looks pretty good. Oh, that's great. Yeah, she's the real YouTuber. I would never have I would never have done it until um except for her. Oh, cool. Sorry, Just Money. I'm so sorry. I've been having a crazy month, if that is any consolation. Um, my editor, Oddfud and I both edit. Uh, we have different strengths, but we're both the editor. I do the shorts on Sea Monster YK. She does most everything on Oddfud. I do like the thumbnails and stuff. Oh, I don't know Felix from Stray Kids. Bye, Just Money. Stop back in. I'll have to uh I'll have to look them up. Somebody recommended Peter Draws to me, and I already subbed to them. I didn't know. I didn't know who they were. I'm terrible with names. Yeah, we both edit Fabs. It's Fabs, right? I'm not mistaking somebody for somebody else. Um, yeah, on Sea Monster YK, I've probably edited all the short videos and some of the long videos, and Oddfud has done the rest. Yeah, Goblin making a comic strip is so good. Um, for warming up, and I think like even just something to do every day, like It's something straightforward. It's something you can like be creative with. It's not like, it doesn't have to be super detailed. Yeah, yeah, Fabian. Are you asking me? I remember you. I remember you. I promise. As long as you're Fabian. If you're somebody else, then apparently I don't remember you. But if you're who I think you are, you asked me not to call you Nanochi. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Yes, Oddfudd's the wife. Trixie Trixie. Okay, I think that's nice. Let's do another one. I think there is another one back here, so let's... Yeah, this is one of those, but far away, so let's get that in the same kind of color scheme, just real quick. And then we'll do more dark on this one because it is far away. And things that are far away, if you make them darker, your brain goes, oh yeah, they're far away. Because I guess less light reaches, I don't know. I don't know the science. I'm not a doctor. There we go. We use Adobe Premiere mostly, or maybe entirely right now. Yeah, Premiere Pro. Yeah, I definitely, let's do some orange. Let's do it right now. Let's do this. We'll do this guy orange. This swirly thing. We'll do at least this top. What's it called? This might be too dark or too red of an orange. So we'll get this layer down and then we'll bring it up with some yellow. And that'll give us a chance to do some highlights and stuff. And let's pull the orange kind of like down into the rest of it and have it like be a gradient. I don't necessarily want this whole thing to be orange, but I think orange and yellow will be very important to it. Yeah, here we go. I like this. Pulling it down, pulling it down. Yeah, we'll get it kind of dark along this edge to separate it out from the background. Yeah, good advice. Blue Orange. I think there's a kids company, Blue Orange, a kids toy company. I guess that's what a kids company is. I don't know. All right. Yeah, there's like a octopus arm here that I drew here. You can kind of see it. Um, hmm. But I'm ignoring that right now, and I'll just do it over. Hey, Maddie. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, we'll do some yellow to try to get, we'll make the brush a little bit smaller, and we'll come in and we'll do like the ridge with a little bit of yellow here. Yeah, I like that a lot. And this will also help bring the orange into a more orangey color because this orange was so red when I laid it down. There we go. I've not streamed on Twitch. I have a friend and we were working on a video game and we were streaming video games on Twitch. But I've not streamed any art on Twitch. I have thought about it, but YouTube is our main platform. It's what Oddfudd and I both work on. And so we just thought we would start on that, but it's definitely in the card. I think I would like to stream on Twitch as an artist at some point in the future, but I figured try to build one up at a time. And splitting the effort between like Twitch and YouTube might be a little much. I don't know if you could stream simultaneously or if my computer could, but maybe that would be an option to think about. Yeah, Odd Fudd's the wife. Yeah, my favorite thing to draw. That's a good question. So now we'll do a little bit of a more orangey orange, like a little bit less, a little bit more muted, and we'll just kind of like come in and get this whole thing. And we'll have to come in with a darker color or some contrasting color or something that has at least a little bit more contrast to try to give this a little bit more dimension. But let's lay down this orange first. Give us a nice base to work with. I, I think my favorite thing to draw is, hmm. So lately it's definitely been animals, and like animals in hats is a thing I've drawn a lot of lately. Let's see if I have one really close to hand. I have like, this is an animal not in a hat, I think. This is a animal with a little friend. So this is so this kind of stuff has been my favorite to draw. Yeah, this kind of stuff has been my favorite to draw lately. Um, yeah, but I like drawing anything. I Oh, you know what I really love? This is right. Really love drawing like tiny people using um, regular sized people things, or like mice or rats using like people objects instead of their own thing. So like instead of having a sword, a mouse might have like a sewing needle or that kind of thing. Instead of having a shield, a little tiny person might have a button that they're using as a shield. I love drawing that. It's something I don't think I'll ever get tired of. It kind of is also reminiscent of like fairies and tiny little things like that. I really like that. So maybe that's my favorite thing to draw. I don't think this orange looks bad. Let's get some like sort of purpley shadowy stuff. Just, and we'll just come in here and we'll just kind of make a shadow behind the ridge and we'll pull it up, trying to give it a little bit of dimension. And this like, this crevice here, we'll have it be like darker. You know, I'm going to choose a darker purple because I want to be able to get really dark if I need to. Yeah, there we go. In these corners, these crevices, we'll do it darker, and then as it moves away, we'll like lighten it up. I like that a lot. Yeah, we'll like, there we go. I like this color combo. Oh, yeah, there's one, Stuart Little is kind of like that. He like drives a remote control car, and stuff like that. He's a little mouse who does stuff like that. And then there's a book series, The Borrowers, and they do stuff like that. That's the book series I read as a kid that had this like idea and this theme. And they'd like live in the walls of your house, and then they sneak out and they take stuff that they don't think you'll miss. Well, they don't take it, they borrow it, right? That's the idea. Ben and Me. Oddfud is looking up another book. Okay. Okay, I think this purple is really working. I think we are getting some dimension here. We'll zoom out in a second, but I think it's looking, yeah, I think it's looking really, really good. I'm going to come in and erase this. Oh, that's great. I've never heard of this book, Ben and Me. I'm going to come in and erase this this line I had used um, for the octopus tentacle, If we need it later, we can always draw it back in. But I think it's distracting from the shape of this, and I think it's better to have a nice background right now. Something to like base everything off of. We can always color on top of the background or draw on top of the background. But let's get a background that's nice and clean. There we go. Yeah, that's better than what it was. We can always... Oop, that's not an eraser. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay. I'm just doing a little bit more work on erasing this. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think that's nice. I'm going to do a little bit more work with the purple to try to like separate it all out. Oh, hey, Owen. Oh, thank you so much, Goblin. That's what I'm going for. I hope this will be a kid's book. We've already written it and we really like it. So if we can, that's really great. That's a high compliment and I really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to do along this ridge area, I'm going to kind of just where it's like lower or where I want it to be lower, I'm just going to kind of come in with this purple. I'm going to add a little bit of red to the purple and use like a more, well, you can't really see it, but I'm going to add a little bit of red to the purple just to make it a little different and like have it be different color because it's being hit by the sun probably. I'll just sort of kind of give this a little bit more texture and depth so it doesn't look like it's just a flat ridge. I want it to look more organic. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I wasn't sure I was going to stream today. I'm really, really happy I did. I'm really happy to start coloring this. We worked on this yesterday. I don't think you were here yesterday. I think you were here 2 days ago. So we worked on this 2 days ago. 50. To go live on YouTube, you need 50 subscribers. But yeah, we did this seascape yesterday, and now we're going in and doing some coloring. Oh, thank you so much, Goblin. That's genuinely, that makes my day. All right, yeah, I do think adding this darker, redder purple onto the top here, just in the parts that make me feel like they're lower than the rest, and has really helped. It's really created some shapes on the top here that like it doesn't look like it's flat anymore, which is good because it's not. And even do a little, yeah, oh, that looks very CE. All right, I feel like I've done all the easy ones. Now it's time to do something a little bit more complicated. We have to choose a color. Okay, yeah, you're well on your way. It took me it took me a while. It took us a while to get to 50 subscribers on Sea Monster YK. I think we were doing,
Yeah, I feel like 1 to 25 was longer than 25.
yeah, 1 to 25 took a long time, and then 25 to 50 took a little bit less time. I made a short, and I was basically like, we were at 40 for like or 38 for so long. And I made a short, and I was like, hey, I would really like to go live and do drawing, but I need 50 subscribers. So like, if you want to be a subscriber, that would be really cool. Oh no. I accidentally drew on the this layer, the pencil layer. It's too late now. I'm gonna leave it, but wish I didn't do that. purple, but that's okay. Yeah, yeah, an indigo.
Well, what color is the sea
So the sea I kind of have worked out. It's not gonna be this, but this is just kind of like an idea. Oh, hey, hearts from Lexi, zombie emoji. Um, it's probably gonna be a little bit something, something like, but then the colors of the things that are there are gonna be all, they're gonna be
then? Oh,
pure.
that's very pretty.
Yeah, that's the color. I just have to go in and like, I'm so there's ways to do it to cheat, but basically you want to go, you say, I only want this layer. You hold Alt, you click the layer, you get just the layer for the whatever that coral was, right? I am making a coral reef, yeah. And then you select everything that's not that layer, you inverse it, and then you go to here and you say, give me that guy. And then, nope, I inversed it backwards. And then you inverse it again. And now, if we turn all the layers back on, this is rough, so it will actually look better than this. This is just a very rough idea. What? Ah, I need to turn off the sun layer because that's not real. I can delete that actually. Yeah, so you can have the color not be necessarily there. Um, what? That should be. Oh, I just need it to be a pen. Nope, that's it. Pen. Make it white. So by doing it this way, I mean, like I said, this is you can have this background still be the background and be over the whole thing, but then you can come in and sort of pick and choose what pops through the background, which is good. That's something that's nice. It is a bit of work, um, but you you basically like coming along the edges here, and you can just like this is a little bit low in the opacity department. Um, Clean it up like that, and now you have the background, and you can choose where the background comes through and where it like interacts and how it comes through and stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you, Goblin. That's what I'm looking for. Um, to make it pop out more. Yeah, and thank you so much, Nasir. Yeah, I have been doing it for a long time, and I keep wanting to get better and better. And I don't I want to do it all myself. I feel like there are tools and that using tools is not a bad thing, but doing the creative and doing the sketching, there's something so um, it just feels right. There's something so good about it. And one thing is like it can be iterative, right? You can do it over and over and change and change and change. So tomorrow, if I don't like something in this coral reef, that's okay. I can draw the coral reef again and or just draw part of it again and then scan that in and put that on the computer or take a picture of it and put it in there. And like in doing that, it really you like build and build and build. Yeah, so I was not I started painting my very first painting when I was about 12, uh, oil paint. My grandmother was into art and oil painting, but the rest of my family wasn't really. And I did some sketching and stuff, but it wasn't really encouraged in my house. And so I sort of fell away from it. I took a couple of art classes in high school, but I didn't stick with it, and I just felt like I was bad at art. And then I was pretty old. Oh yeah. So right now I'm just working on this background, but that's not actually, that's just so Artosaba. This is what we're working on, a coral reef. This is where this guy lives. Um, yeah, we're just doing some coloring today. We did the illustration for this guy yesterday. This whole coral reef was drawn yesterday on stream. And it's actually from a kid's book my wife and I wrote a few years ago, and I did the illustrations for, and then I really didn't like them a few years later when it was time to like actually do something with them. And so I always wanted to redo them, but I couldn't find the book, the writing and the outline and stuff. And so we're moving, and in packing up, I found the book, and I was so excited that I have the chance to re-illustrate it. And then I decided to re-illustrate it on stream as a way to do some healing, some self-healing, because I am so busy doing other things. And if I don't carve a little bit of time out to do art, I never will. The name of the book, we've been calling it Blub Blub, which is the name of the main octopus, but it doesn't have a name quite yet. It could be named anything. Um, yeah. Oh, thanks so much, Goblin. Yeah, about 6 years ago, I started doing it every day with the goal of eventually doing it as a job. And I'm not quite there yet, but I am applying. I'm making my portfolio and applying for some illustration jobs and stuff like that. So I've already gotten graphic design jobs, which is great. But yeah, I would love to illustrate. And that's the next step. I'm like, well, also, this book can also be part of the portfolio. So it's twofold. If I get a kid's book done, then I can send that to a publisher and be like, hey, do you want to hire me to illustrate some kids' books? And they might. Yeah, so my wife and I met when we were very young. I think I was 14 or 15. Well, I was when we met. The first time I ever saw her, I was 14 and she was 13. We're a year apart. Um, and I was like, holy crap, what, who is that? Why do I have this like desire to know them more? And it was a little bit more than that, but that's the basic idea. And then we met officially in math class, and I was 16 and she was 15. Yeah. And then, or I was 15. No, yeah, the first one. And then eventually we started talking on the phone and we started dating. And then when we went to college, we split up, which was sad. But after school and after we had our lives a little bit more settled and we could make our own choices, we were more adults, we got back together and then we got married. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, the Goblin. That's really great to hear. If I hope all the publishers think that and I have all the jobs in the world, because if I could do this as a job and like hopefully still stream it on YouTube and stuff, um, that would be a dream come true. That would be really like what a what a great opportunity that would be. So I'll probably have to make this green, this seagrass, a little bit more. Oh, hey, Riley, welcome back. A little bit more vibrant, a little bit more like light colored. I wasn't thinking, but it's very close to this color, right? So it's just, oh, you can still see it. So that's not bad. And then if I do end up like pulling it out. But I think we can still make it more vibrant. Yeah, so I lived in Pennsylvania. I live in New York now. I've been to Florida. I lived in Seattle. I lived in Vermont. And then I've been to Utah, Florida. That's it. I think that's it. New Jersey, Rhode Island, the Northeast a little bit. All right, so a trick that I use to try to like brighten things up is just, no, don't delete, is I will duplicate a layer and then that'll do that. And then I'll just kind of bring them together, merge them. And then you can use the saturation tool to sort of saturate it and lighten it up. And you can at the same time alter the color, but I think I think I made the right color choice. I just think it needs to be a little bit brighter. Yeah. And now if we look at it against the background, yeah, that looks great. We don't even have to separate it. It just looks very good. It is good. That's a lot less work. Yeah, nice. Okay, so what time is it? Okay, I still have time. So we have these two background like background guys. This like, I'm gonna use a different color, just something so you guys can see it. I'm gonna use red, but it won't stay red. We have like a kind of like a hill. It's part of the coral reef just here. And like, I guess that should get done sooner rather than later. I don't know where it comes from over here. I just don't know. It's probably going to be like brown or something. I don't think I can have super chat yet. Um, I think I need to be monetized for that to happen. We were thinking about putting up a little Patreon, especially because I haven't really gotten into it, but we've had some like our living situation is a little all over the place, but we're not there yet. Or at least we haven't done it yet. But yeah, thank you for the thought. Yeah, red is good. I'm gonna see. I was like, I don't think red is necessarily bad for this, actually. Um, I think like this is a little sloppy, so I might redo it, but I don't think this is bad. I think it kind of, well, especially if you mix it with the green, right? It like kind of looks, um, eh, this is a lot of work. I shouldn't be doing this because this is a lot of boring detail. Like you're just getting in there and creating a texture. I'm just gonna hide that for now. Let's do, I have two things I could do. Or three things. We can do this guy, which is usually like pretty white. So maybe we'll just do that. We'll do, hmm, we can do like an ivory, like a yellow, and have it just be very, uh, okay, I know. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a new layer on the background here behind it, and we're just gonna make it like a gray. And we're just gonna make it big and gray, and we're just gonna go blah, 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 blah. Perfect. We're going to delete that. That's just to help us out. And now we're going to use white, which will show up over top of other things. Yeah. And then exactly. So we're going to use this white and we're going to make it like very, very white. There we go. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. And we're going to come and we're going to do all the bottoms kind of white. Oh my gosh, I keep accidentally switching the color back to gray. And eventually we will also make this so you can see the lines through it, but not right now. Right now, let's get the color down. Okay, we'll do all the, and now we'll do a little yellow. And yeah, Nasir, I think the best advice is draw every day. So if you have a graphics tablet or a tablet or an iPhone or something that you can draw on, just like without needing anything extra, like draw on that. That's not a bad thing. Like my niece, she learned how to draw, and that was her main thing for a very long time. Was just that was an iPhone, and that's how she drew. And then if that's not available to you, like get some paper and a pencil and just do it every day. Just try drawing something. It doesn't have to be good. That's the number one thing that I think was really hard for me to understand when I first started. Um, the first time you draw something, it doesn't have to be good. In fact, it probably shouldn't be good. You should probably, it should probably be bad so you have a place to improve. Oh gosh, I'm erasing somehow. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, so if you're not good with drawing with your hand, it's totally okay to just get some cheap paper, whatever is available, and whatever pencil is available, and just start drawing. And then even if the tools are bad, even if you feel like the work is lacking, just keep going. Try again tomorrow. Something that really changed my, um, yeah, I totally agree, Goblin. I think it worked out really well. And I can even, I think I might come in and just copy the pencil layer. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that right now and see how it goes. I'm gonna come in and like copy the pencil layer around it, just cut it out. I missed a spot here and I missed a spot here. And copy, paste, and we'll bring it all the way up above the color. I did 2 layers of color, and we'll make that multiply. So you only see the black, and we'll make it a little light so you can still see. So it matches, and then you still get the pencil layer, but you also get the color. I like that. I think that works really well. Ah, Saply! Oh no. Oh, now we can get rid of that gray. That gray was just there to make sure we could see everything. Perfect. You know, I was saying I didn't want to do that big um, like hill in the background, but let's do this small hill. Um, it doesn't have to be, oh, flower fly. It doesn't have to be any color in particular. We can always change the color later. So let's do like a dark blue. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Um, yeah, that really sucks, Saply. I mean, it's kind of nice to not have to go to school, but it kind of sucks to not be able to go to school. Okay, I was wondering, we had, years ago, we had an order to stay inside and stay off the beaches. It was summer, so I don't think the school shut down, but we had a Zika outbreak in New York, um, and it was very small, so it wasn't even that scary. So I can't imagine. Yeah, so this is a good question, Goblin. I much prefer to sketch in pencil, in real life in pencil. There's something about it. that just, I think I have the most practice with it. So it really genuinely might just be that. But it's also like, I think it might be that because I just have so much more control. I have so much more experience. Um, so I can do more with the pencil just on paper in person. But I prefer to color digitally. And that is probably for the same reason. I'm probably only going to be live for another like 20 minutes today. So I have a trivia contest I have to go to, and that starts pretty soon. So I'll be streaming right up until I leave. But um, yeah, I'm probably leaving in about 20 minutes, like 6:15 here. So it's 5:50 now. So like, yeah, I've already said a bunch, 20 minutes. That's how long. This is a scan. I, yeah, here's the scan. Pardon me. This, oh, hmm, okay, washed out. Let me turn the light down. I got it. No? Oh, yeah, so this is the sketch, the hand sketch, and then, this is it on the, how do I zoom out from without touching it? Oh yeah, here, I'll touch it. Don't look at me in the dark. So that's that one and that's this one. Same guy. Yeah, the control is the big thing for me. I don't, I do understand the sound because sometimes the sound makes me go, oh, my pencil's out of lead or something. But I don't have a particular feeling for the sound one way or another. I think this blue looks really good. I might keep it. So let's come in and do some shadows and we'll just do the same color blue. Wait, can you guys see this? Yeah. We'll just do the same color blue kind of under here like that. I sort of already made shadows with the pencil, so we can just kind of go on top of those. This brush that I made, um, this brush that I made doesn't taper. The pressure only makes it lighter or darker. So in order to make it like, so I lighten it and lighten it and lighten it as I move towards an edge where I don't want there to be any, and I don't want it to be like a hard stop. That's something I work a lot to avoid is like, see these lines? Hopefully these guys like kind of fade out. So like this hard line here along the top edge of this piece, that makes sense. And same with the bottom edge because it's a hard shadow, right? But then like, I don't want there to be a hard line here, like at the end of that shadow. So I try to like feather it out manually by just kind of lifting the pencil up off the page as I go. Yeah, sadly that sucks. Um, do you in New York State where we live now, they did away with um, emergency days off from school, and so you would have to do online school on a day like today. Is that true where you are or not? Gargamel. Yeah, mosquitoes are the deadliest animal. on the planet. I'm just going to clean up the edges here, get rid of where it overlapped this grass. I'll have to figure out that grass later. It doesn't have to be super perfect, because one of the things that I used to try to do is keep all of my digital art like really, really perfect. Um, because like that's the benefit of it, right? Like if you've made a mistake, you can just undo. But the problem with that is then it doesn't look real, right? It's not, so it makes sense that it doesn't look real. But like in real art, you have colors that bleed together, and like your edges aren't going to be perfect. See here, like I have this mistake where it goes over the edge. Like I'm not going to fix that, because I think if it looks too perfect, then it kind of loses some sort of charm. And I'm going to do a really dark orange for these like shells or rocks or whatever is on top of here. Just kind of, we'll also have it be like kind of around there. Yeah. I don't know what I was originally thinking these things were, but I think this is a good color for them. Oh, thank you so much, Riley. I love supporters. I mean, I genuinely do. You guys are great. It's not a That's not a funny joke. It's an unfunny joke. All right, I am going to also use this orange that I grabbed to um, sort of double highlight these shadows. Highlight the shadows is not the right terminology, but like kind of extra separate them out. Yeah. I don't know that quote. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Whoop. All right. Terrible. Oh, I was like, what kind of a piece of a coral is this? But that's an octopus I drew that was sneaking out from behind. Okay, so this is an oyster. Oh, thank you so much, Goblin. Yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. That could have been a little bit more orange. I think I'll do that. I think that's a good call. I had like a darker orange, but I think like a lighter orange. We'll do let's do even more orange. Yeah. Actually, I do want it to be like whiter, because I want it to look light on the actual page. So yeah, what if we do like just a little bit of, yeah, this is good. So where the light would hit it, we'll just throw a little bit of orange, like dark orange as the shadow, and then a little light orange as the actual highlight, like where the sun would catch. Just sort of, it doesn't have to be great. Water is watery, so things aren't necessarily like in straight, clear lines, especially sun and light. Spain, that's my guess. Oh, much love, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't liked, take this opportunity to like the video. That does help a lot in how it gets shared and what YouTube thinks of me. Um, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I'm subscribing all the time. I'm doing stuff all the time. Okay, Russia. Yeah, that was my second choice. Germany didn't make my list. Um, okay, I'm actually gonna where like the light really catches. I'm just gonna like where yeah, right like that. Just kind of come in. It can be big and bold. It doesn't have to be specific. Just sort of make some sound effects. Ah, that orange. I think that really elevated it. Oh, nice. Yeah, Russian seems like a fun language to learn. I was taught some Macedonian uh, years ago, and then I learned that I wasn't taught Macedonian to speak. I was taught Macedonian curse words. So my Macedonian friends could laugh at me when I thought I was saying hello, but I was really saying something terribly inappropriate. That was fun. The only thing I remember that I'm pretty sure is actually right is I learned nope, Dame Gospoda. That's not it, but something like that was ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't remember what oysters look like. They're like mostly white, a little like dark blue, a little like cream color. This is an oyster, by the way. That's fine. Actually, that kind of looks like an oyster. Yeah, um, the acrylic alphabet is awesome. Cyrillic, actually, Cyrillic alphabet is awesome. Okay, so now we have to decide. What time is it? Okay, I got 10 minutes. So let's do a quick kind of color picker choice for these guys here. I don't think yellow. Actually, I know it's sand, but if we do these yellow with like we did the seagrass up here green, this is like a different type of seagrass. I think yellow with some blue, this could look really nice. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, light blue is also, we can try both. Oh, that's gray. So here, on this one, I'll try light blue. I was thinking that was my second choice, or that was actually my first choice, and then I switched to yellow. But let's try that too. I think, ugh, I keep switching. All right, yeah, that's also pretty good. If we do yellow, I was going to have light blue kind of come in like this on all and light blue for some reason to be the like light, where the sunlight hits it, the highlight, which is like a weird choice for a highlight, but it's not bad. Hey, that's pretty good. Get the yellow back. Kind of kind of make sure. Oh, thank you so much, Goblin. That's really great. Did I miss anything? You have a nice day too, Nasir. That's awesome. Yeah, you're allowed to be insane. I have not watched the Game of Thrones spinoff. I don't. I used to watch a lot of TV. I don't really have time to watch TV anymore. Hopefully my life will calm down and I will have more opportunities to watch more TV. Mostly I just watch things that can go on in the background and I don't really have to pay attention to. like cartoons. Ah, yes, House of the Dragon. I have heard of that. That I want to watch that. And there's what's the one? Somebody was just recommending it to me. Oh, the Dune television show and the Last of Us television show. I'm a fan of uh, I'm a fan of horror movies. Um, I don't, I used to watch them all the time. I don't really watch them very often anymore. I don't hate this color. Let's do that trick where I double the layers. Let's multiply this one. Let's see how that looks against I think that might be better. It's a little bit better. We can also adjust. Ooh, that's not bad. A little orange. Ah, I like this. A little dark blue, yellow, light blue. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. My philosophy is to just try to always remember that this is all just a first draft. Maybe I'm imagining the stream. Oh, sorry, I don't, like I said before, I'm not really doing mods right now. And I'm also not sure how. So the only way I know how to make a mod is to put somebody as like, um, I have not seen Terrifier, is to make somebody a channel manager, and I definitely can't do that right now. Oops. Gosh, it all of a sudden got hot here. It's been like, I mean, hot relatively. I'm sure it's not that hot comparatively, but it's been like relatively cool, like in the, um, I'm trying to think, was it low 20s? And now all of a sudden it's in the high 20s. I'm trying to work in Celsius. In Fahrenheit, it's probably been in the low 70s, and now it's in the low 80s. I just decided to do these red. We haven't done anything else red except for that background, and I just think these could look really good. Sort of like a bright, messy, textured red. I said yesterday that I would do these instead of doing it like this and having them all be like, whoops, be this kind of liney mess with making the texture that way, that I think it would be better to make the texture with color, kind of like I'm doing here. And I think that's probably true. I think I like it already better. We can even make this smaller and get even more texture in the color. And we can get a different red. Oh, that's already the red I'm using. And get even more texture. Yeah, I think I'll do something like that. But not today. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a pine cone. Well, this was what we got done so far today. I think it was really good. And it's time for me to go, but I'm here tomorrow working on this. We don't need to um, give too much of our information out on the channel. Just gonna hide that message. I can't do it. But all right. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you want to see more. We're going to be doing more of this for the next couple of weeks, probably. We're going to get this book illustrated. We are going to get it done. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Check me out tomorrow. And now I look here. Sapley, stop. Now I look stoic while I click a button and I don't